Speaking of peace in the world, just before we wrap it up, when I spoke with Vladimir Putin in October of last year, I asked him the question on everyone's mind at that time, which was, are you using energy as a weapon? And I posed that to you gentlemen today in the sense that it is clear that amongst many of his weapons, Vladimir Putin was also using energy to damage the West, and frankly, now we see the global economy. Do you believe that his strategy has been successful? Everybody.
I'm not sure I've understood the question. You know, by the way, in this story there is a supplier, Russia, there is a customer, Europe. So the question, if he did not force us as well to take his gas, that's true that we created a situation where we are dependent on them. Why? Because it was a low-cost gas. So it's a lesson for all of us. And again, why? Because in fact, the more I'm looking to my triangle, you know what dominates the triangle? It is a price. Energy is a fundamental mean of our economy and of life. And today, why do we have crisis in Europe with all the people? Because gasoline is high, gas is high, electricity is high, because we damage their purchasing power. And so I think our society, for long, and particularly in Europe, where our major fight was against inflation, we favored the lowest cost energy, which is just what is happening around the planet. We begin to impact that with climate, and no energy security of supply has a cost. And the real question which is asked to us, how much are we ready to pay for the cost of energy security without Russia? So, yes, we created a sort of monster, but on both sides, you know. And I think, I attended the meeting where you were invited.
I know you did.
Yeah, and I will tell you, for me that day, I remarked, which I was very puzzled, Vladimir Putin knew everything about the European gas market. And I had over experience. It was the first time that I discovered that. So I think, yes, probably, he learned a lot and he discovered that this relationship could be used for, I would say, these Machiavelli plans that we, unfortunately, are all facing today. But we have a lot of lessons to be driven from that on many issues. But it has a cost. And climate will have a cost, security will have a cost. And so how do we, policymakers, convince people to accept to pay for these two costs? That's for me, I'm not a political leader. I'm just taking care of my company. My duty is to find the best fields in the world, the best plants in the world, to produce at the lowest cost possible. And this is why I'm in love with Saad and Qatar, because this takes place here, you know?
You heard it here first.